What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? This is your brother Chief Kalanago with a quick video. Let me make sure I have some audio on Facebook. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I got audio on Facebook. All right, so I just wanted to do a quick video, man. I'm not gonna be on here too long. All right, I don't know who needs this message or who needs to hear this, but anyway, I'm gonna put it out there, right? So, like I said, I'm an observer. I like to observe things. Oh, by the way, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope you're having a productive day. I hope you're having a blissful day. You know what I'm saying? My day is superb. Um, I always get up early to either go work out or do some reading, or I go, I stay up late to work out. Either way, I make sure I get a workout at least 5 to 6 times a week. You know what I'm saying? Um, so with that being said, your health is your wealth. You dig? So real quick, again, I'm not sure who needs to hear this, but I'm gonna put it out there, right? Like I was saying, I'm an observer. I like to observe things. That's how you learn, right? You pay attention. A lot of times people are broke because they cannot even pay attention. You know what I'm saying? And they wonder why they're lacking. All right. Anything that you need in life, you have to pay something for it. It doesn't matter what it is. If you want money, you got to give money. If you want love, you got to give love. You know what I'm saying? If you want joy, you got to put joy out there into the universe. The point I'm making is anything that you want, you have to give. All right. So, with that being said, um, a lot of times, when I look and I observe, especially on Facebook, I see people with all these posts. And what people think is normal, it may not be normal. And what do I mean by that is this, right? People are hurt, okay? People are literally hurting, all right? Not just because of um relationships with with a partner, but it could be relationships with parents, family members, whatever the case may be. The bottom line is people are hurting, right? And I see that coming through people's posts, all right? And I try not to get involved, but sometimes I make a little comment, not to be judgeful, not to be judgmental rather, but at the same time to share a different perspective. And what I want to share with y'all today, like I said, I'm not going to make this long, is this: it's okay to be alone. All right. You came into this world alone and you are going to live this world alone. That's facts. All right. We are talking about irrefutable facts. Okay. We are talking about things that nobody could dispute, period. Even if you have a twin or you have triplets, the bottom line is somebody's going to come out of that woman first. All right. So, again, it's emphatically true that you came into this world alone and you will be living alone. All right. That's a fact. All right. The problem is people refuse to be alone for whatever reason. They don't want to be alone. And I get it. I get it. You know, because you are alone, it doesn't mean you have to be lonely. And that's what people are getting confused. People are getting confused being alone and being lonely. You feel me? You could still have people in your life and be alone. All right. And you could still be lonely and be alone. I mean, that could happen as well. But you have to put yourself in a position. And again, I'm not here to give any type of advice. All right. But I'm just sharing my perspectives on that. All right. Based on what I'm seeing. Okay. And the problem, like I said, that's people are not perceiving is that they are hurting, but don't know how to fall back and be alone, heal themselves. Okay. Grow, love yourself. It's okay to love yourself. It's okay to be alone and get away from all the chaos before you get into another relationship. And that's a reason why you're seeing all these different posts with men attacking women and women attacking men. They don't realize it's something spiritual. And even people who claim to be woke, people who claim to be spiritual, they themselves are missing it because why? They on here bashing people, you know what I'm saying? They think that don't get it, but they themselves they don't get it. And the only reason I know this is because I'm looking at this from outside the box. I'm looking at it from a neutral perspective. I'm looking at it from a God's eye perspective, if I may. You see what I'm saying? So all I'm just saying is this: you will continue to see the separation of the masculine male and the feminine female. You will continue to see that because, once again, there have to be a spiritual purge. Okay. And people don't realize that's part of the purging. Okay. Now, whether you are being rebellious, it's going to happen. Okay. So at some point, you have to succumb to those changes. It's going to happen whether you want it or like it or not. It's going to happen. Period. You feel me? The solution is not bashing each other. The solution is falling back, taking the time, taking your space, even if you are in a relationship, whether it's a committed relationship, whether it's a situationship, whatever the case may be, you have to take some time, find some space, okay, to be alone. It's imperative, it's important because it's the only way to become whole. Okay, it is the only way to become whole. You have to dissect the pieces, work on the pieces, okay, before you become whole. And people are not doing that. They want to go into relationships after relationships after relationships after relationships, looking for something substantive. But guess what? It's not going to happen because why? You haven't taken the time to heal yourself. You haven't taken the time to love yourself. You haven't taken the time to know yourself. You see what I'm saying? But you want to go into a relationship not knowing yourself, not truly knowing what it is to love yourself, not being healed. And then you start blaming the man, you start blaming the woman, and not looking in the mirror and taking responsibility for your own actions. And that's what responsibility truly means: the ability to respond to your actions. You feel me? But you're always casting blame. Or no, it's the man, or no, it's the woman. You feel me? Oh, the man this or the woman that. Nah, man. You got to look in the mirror, fam. Look in the mirror and take the time. All right. And analyze the situation. Okay. It's okay to take the responsibility. It's all right to say, you know what? Listen, it is my bad. All right. Sometimes it may not be your fault, but sometimes you have to fall back and say, it's okay. It's my fault. I'm going to fall back. I'm going to heal myself. I'm going to do what I have to do to become whole because when it's all said and done, guess what? It's your life. It's your life. Nobody could bring you love. Nobody could bring you true love before you bring it to yourself. Nobody could bring you joy before you bring it to yourself. Nobody could bring you happiness before you bring it to yourself. And nobody could heal you before you heal yourself. And that's just facts. I mean, it's just too much fighting between the sexes, man. It's too much fighting between the sexes. And they don't realize that they're dealing with, again, personal issues, personal situations that they're not taking the time to work out on their own. But yet still you want to go into other people's situation. In fact, you want to, with your chaotic life, you want to go into another chaotic situation. And sometimes you bring children into that situation. So what you're doing now, you're creating perpetual relationships of chaos. All right. And I've gone through this before. But again, I was just sitting here doing some reading, and the higher self was like, you know what, Chief, take a break and just speak that because somebody needs to hear that. You feel me? Somebody needs to hear that because too many people are being judgmental and they're not watching themselves. Okay. And the reason why they're bashing people is because of their own securities. You feel me? It is really that simple. When you are truly, well, there's no such thing as truly woke, because to be truly woke is to be truly dead, in the flesh. You see what I'm saying? So there's no such thing. I hear people talk, and like I said, sometimes I just look and watch. You feel me? And you can't tell them anything because anything that you say, they start attacking you because they know everything. And like I tell everybody, I don't know everything. I don't think I know everything, but I'm a man of wisdom. Okay. I'm very intelligent. You feel me? And it doesn't mean that I know more than I know a whole lot more than others. That's not what I'm saying. I know a great deal, but I'm a man of wisdom. So when I speak from a perspective of wisdom. You feel me? And again, the solution is not to be on here belittling people because you think you woke. You feel me? That is the furthest thing from the truth, because to you, you think you woke, and to somebody who's a little more woke than you, looking at you like, damn, you got a long way to go. And the truth of the matter is, we all have a long way to go. Okay? It is a journey. All right? It is a journey. And the best example that you could make to anybody is to walk the walk, and is to walk the walk, not just talk the talk. And a lot of you are talking the talk, but you're not walking the walk. Okay? And I could see that and say that. Why? Because I could see by the fruits that you're producing. You feel me? That's how you shall know people. You shall know people by the seeds that they produce. So it's okay to judge. It's okay to judge based on the fruits that people produce. I'm not going to walk down into a garden and see oranges and fool myself and think they're mangoes. You feel me? That means I'm deceiving myself. So you shall truly know a tree by its fruits that it produce. You feel me? So because you think you on a different level than others, it doesn't give you the right to come on Facebook and belittle people. Because to people who know more than you sound stupid and you look stupid. You feel me? Because you yourself, you're hurting because of your insecurities. You want to belittle people and make you think you're better than them. You feel me? And that is not the correct way to go. You dig? So once again, to be truly woke, it means you have to be truly dead in the flesh. And we are all having an experience in the flesh. So therefore, we could never be truly woke in the flesh. And that's facts. Facts over feelings. You feel me? So not even me, I'm truly woke. I got a long way to go. And until this flesh is done, I could never be truly woke. And the truth of the matter is, even if this flesh is gone, we still have certain journeys to make before we could get to a point or a state of perfection. You feel me? Because we came from perfection that was already imperfect. That's just facts. Well, Chief, what do you mean by that? We came from perfection that's imperfect. Well, because guess what? Perfection and imperfection, they're literally the same pole, just different polarities. You cannot have perfect without imperfect. You cannot have imperfect without perfect. You cannot have God without the devil. You feel me? They're all the same. It's just a different perspective, different characteristics of the same body. You feel me? So you could never be truly woke. You dig? So stop belittling people, man, because y'all think y'all got a little knowledge, or y'all stop eating meat. Or guess what? I see on Facebook people belittling people that's eating meat. Now, me, I don't eat meat for my own personal reasons, not because I think I'm better than anybody. And because you stop eating meat, don't make you woke. You know what I'm saying? And your argument for not eating meat is because animals have souls. Well, dodo, guess what? Plants have souls too. So what's your point? You feel me? So stop once again, because you think you know a little something. There's somebody who know more than you. You feel me? The point I'm making is this. All right. This is a journey. This is a life lesson that we are going through. This is an illusion. Okay. It's not real. None of this is real. None of us is real in the flesh. I'm talking about from the perspective of the realm we came from. This is foreign. We are all aliens in this flesh. You feel me? So why are we alienating others who are not getting it? I mean, it's okay to teach. It's okay to talk. It's okay to build. Even me, myself, I had to fall back on certain things. And guess what? I may make mistakes. I may come off sometimes like I know more. I may come off sometimes a little bit judgmental. Guess what, man? Because that's the flesh. You feel me? That's the flesh. The flesh is not perfect. And a lot of times, if I do, I have to fall back and ask for forgiveness. You feel me? And that's what people don't get. People don't get that. So I wanted to come on here and say, guess what, man? All right. It's okay to be alone. It's all right. It's okay to purge yourself from all these negative energies. You feel me? I'm tired of just seeing people jumping from relationship to relationship to relationship looking for happiness. looking for love, okay? And you haven't found love within yourself. How can you love me? How can you love anybody else without loving yourself? And I hear people talking about unconditional love. Every love is conditional. There's no such thing as unconditional love. You see, y'all live in these illusions, man. Because when it's all said and done, your love is based on conditions. Even if it's your children, there's no such thing as unconditional love for your children. Guess what? You love them to a certain extent because they are your children. That's the condition, because they are your children. All right? What differentiates your love for your child opposed to the love for somebody else's child? When somebody else's children is a reflection of your children, so why can't you love that other child the way you love yours? You feel me? So therefore, all love have conditions. So when I hear people talk, man, again, I just have to fall back and just laugh sometimes, smile. And I say, I'll see you, but you got a long way to go. You did. You know when you know that you're truly getting it, and you're truly, even if you're in the flesh, okay, but you're stepping up into another realm, a godly realm, if I may, even if I don't like using that word too much, okay, or a realm of an ascended realm, okay. You want to know how you really know? Is because when you start seeing things from a God perspective. What does that mean? It means that from a perspective where you're not being judgmental, from a perspective where you're not, there's no love, no hate. In other words, a lack of emotion, so to speak. People don't realize that. People keep talking about God is love, but at the same time don't realize God is hate. You feel me? Well, Chief, how can you prove that? What do you mean God is hate? Well, based on what you were taught God to be, God is the one responsible for hurricanes. God is the one responsible for earthquakes, right? Don't innocent people die in hurricanes and earthquakes? So how could a God that's love or loving allow innocent babies to die in a hurricane? Okay. How can a God that's loving unconditionally, decide to destroy the entire world, including babies, and just save Noah, his three sons, and the wives? What kind of God would do that? But at the same time, people don't think logically. You feel me? You're telling me God is good all the time. God is loving unconditionally, but yet still God would choose to only save a certain amount of people. No, that's conditional love. So even God, based on what we are taught, even that God loves conditionally. So there's no such thing as unconditional love, not even from God, because unconditional love means no matter what you do, I'm going to make sure that you're good. You feel me? Period. Not if you don't do certain things, I'm going to burn you in hell forever. No, that's not unconditional love. You feel me? So people don't know what God is. Basically, that's what I'm saying. You feel me? People don't know. So when you start looking at things from a deity perspective, from a true essence of an absolute sense, so to speak, when you start stepping into that realm, then you you don't have all these emotions. You feel me? Emotions is a physical characteristic. Okay. God is not emotional. And I'm talking about the true essence of what God is supposed to be. And you're being taught that God is a jealous God. It's impossible for the true essence of what God is supposed to be jealous. You see what I'm saying? Because God is unbiased. You feel me? That's what it's supposed to be. And that's why I tell people the true judge is really you. The true judge is really your actions. There's nobody judging you. And that's what people don't realize. It is your actions. Okay. It is your actions or your non-actions, okay, that help you ascend, okay, that take you into that other realm of that dimension of a higher vibration or a higher frequency. It is really your actions, nobody else. I don't care how much you pray. I don't care. I don't care how much you worship. It's all about you. So take the time, learn about yourself. Take the time, love yourself. You cannot even love yourself unconditionally. That's how crazy this is. You feel me? No one could love themselves unconditionally because the condition is you are loving yourself. There's always a condition. I know it may not make sense, but it makes a whole lot of sense. You feel me? So the moral of the story, the moral of this post, the moral of this video is this, okay? Allow people, it's okay to teach, but allow people to grow in their own time, okay? Everyone who runs a race, that's why there is a first, a second, a third, and eventually a last, okay? It doesn't mean that person coming last in that race is always going to be last in another race. Okay. Because that's what life is all about. Life is about a series of different races. Okay. And you have to fit in the race where you're going to eventually finish first. But you have to train, you have to practice, you got to build yourself. It's a journey. It's not going to happen overnight. Now, my personal reason for not eating meat is before a couple of reasons. Number one, to me, it takes too much time to digest. All right. Because everything that you eat, it goes through the liver. It is being processed through the liver. All right. And based on the consumption, then when you eat, that's why sometimes when you eat, you get tired, what they call the itis. Okay. It's being processed and it's too much work on the liver. So, and the amount of time it takes to digest, then that food or that meat per se, it could create worms, all type of stuff. So that's one of the reasons why I don't eat meat. You feel me? Another reason why I don't eat meat is because, of course, those animals are being killed inhumanely, meaning that they're being killed in fear. Okay? In fear, and then you are eating that fear. So that's a reason why I'm not eating meat just because, they have souls. No, plants have souls as well. You feel me? And plants and animals, that's sacrifices that they made so that we are able to sustain. But the truth of the matter is, they are us and we are them. Okay? That is just the truth. They're just another manifestation of who we are. You did. It is really that simple. We are all reflections of each other. We are all reflections of each other, and that's what we don't realize. You feel me? So when you put somebody down, guess what? You're putting yourself down in another form. When you're hurting somebody, you're hurting yourself in another form. Okay? We are multi-dimensional beings. Okay? Now, you could walk down the street and see a version of yourself and not even realize that's you. It's not impossible. You feel me? So, with that being said, my brothers and sisters, okay, it's okay to be alone. It's all right. You don't have to jump into every relationship. You don't have to be a part of everything. You don't have to be a part of every conversation. You feel me? You don't always have to be inclusive. It's okay to be exclusive. You dig? You don't always have to be that. You feel me? It doesn't mean that you're being antisocial. No, it just means that you're taking your time and you're learning yourself. You're building yourself. You're healing yourself. And that's how you get it done. You feel me? You got to clear your mind, man. Okay, you got to allow yourself to detox from that previous relationship or that entanglement that you were part of. A lot of people are not allowing themselves to detox. You feel me? You leave one relationship 2, 3 months, you with somebody else. Okay, even sleeping with people, you don't realize that, man. Listen, when I'm sleeping with that person, I don't know what type of energy that person got. Okay, and your life, things may be going great for you at some point, right? And all of a sudden you sleep with a demon. Because they got demons walking around here, man. And you sleep with a demon, 2, 3 months later, you broke. You're losing your hair. You getting cancer. You wondering what's going on. It is because you allowed yourself to go sleep with a demon, exchanging these fluids, man. Because y'all just strictly vibrating in your lower self, in your flesh. You feel me? Everything is physical. And that's what the system is pushing. Every sister you see nowadays, her ass is out. You feel me? Look at brothers nowadays. Every brother in a video, is about sex, sex, sex. And man, come on, man. Don't get me wrong. I've been there, done that. But at some point, you got to grow. You know what I mean? You got to grow. And it doesn't always have to be that low vibrational energy always putting out there. You feel me? There's nothing wrong in having a beautiful body, but every time you turn around, your ass is out. Every time you turn around, your titties is out. Come on, man. And that's what our young sisters are seeing. You feel me? Just the other day, about, I would say like about 4 days ago, I'm walking down Church Avenue, you know what I'm saying? And I see a young sister. She probably like, she must have been like about 13, 14, you know, a little developed, whatever the case may be. All right. So I'm walking, all right. You know, I had a tan top, whatever the case may be. She watching me. I'm watching her, but I'm watching her for a different reason. You know what I'm saying? So I walked all the way down to Church Avenue, like a few blocks, right? She walked into a store. No, I didn't know what store she walked into. I stopped. I was on the other side of the street, so I stopped. I got a coconut. You know, like I said, you know, y'all see my video. You know, my post. I drink, you know, coconut water like 5, 6 times a week. You know, I drink a coconut water and I eat the jelly. All right. So with that being said, when I was coming back, I happened to see her in a store. You know, in a phone store. So I walked into the store and I said, you know, pardon me, young sister. You know, I mean, I just want you to know, I saw you looking at me and I was looking at you, but let me tell you why I was looking at you, because I didn't want her to think that I was looking at her from a sexual perspective. So I told her, listen, you know, I don't know how you're going to take this, right? But I felt this in my spirit to share it with you. And that's why I was looking at you. You should be about 13 or 14. She said she was 14, right? But she looks like you're about 18 in body, right? But I could tell she was young. So I say, I seen you smoking a, you know, weed, and you had a hookah. She had a hookah, one of the little the vapors, the vape cigarettes, and she had weed in her left hand and the vape in her right. So I say, listen, young sister, the reason why I was watching you is because you are a young empress. Okay, your body is a temple. Okay, and I pointed to the gentleman in the store. I said, listen, you see this man right here? I'm a man, and you see, he's a man, and me, I'm a man. Without you, I couldn't be here. And if you damage your body, okay, by putting all that stuff in your system at the age of 14, okay, you are defiling your temple. Now, I don't know how you're going to take this, but I'm just giving you some good advice. You feel me? I'm just giving you some good advice. I did not approach you on no. It wasn't because, you know, it was a sexual thing. It was because I saw a young sister that just needed a word of encouragement or guidance. And I told her, I hope, you know, you stop smoking, you know what I mean? And you just take the time to learn yourself and build and know that you're a queen. And guess what she said? She said, thank you. And I left. You feel me? Now, not everybody's gonna, you know, reciprocate that way. Not everybody's gonna see it that way. But it doesn't mean we should stop trying to talk to our young brothers and sisters. Because guess what? They are looking for the guidance. Okay? They may not, they will hear you. Okay? And at some point in their life, she's gonna reflect and say, you know what, man? I remember when I was 14, this older gentleman, he walked up in the store and told me I was an empress. He told me I was a queen. And he told me that my body is a temple. You see, those little seeds and those good deeds, we cannot stop doing. You feel me? We cannot stop doing those good. We have to intervene. We have to. They may not want to hear it at that time. It's okay. You don't have to be rude. Be polite. But at the same time, drop that seed, because you are planting a seed. You feel me? You are planting a seed. And if at some point in their life, they're going to go back into their memory bank and they're going to hear your voice. They may be going through a situation, or they might be in the process of doing something. And guess what? That one little voice 5 years ago that you stopped that person and planted that seed, that's going to save them from going down a path that they wasn't supposed to. Because why? We're interconnected. Who knows? She could have been a daughter that I never had. Oh, you see what I'm saying? So the point I'm making is we have to be able to look out for each other. You feel me? And that's how we start doing that. It doesn't matter who it is. Intervene. You feel me? Don't, of course, you're not going to make the person belittle the person, but you're going to come humble. And that's a skill that we have to learn. So with that being said, man, you know, take your time. It's okay. All right. To be alone. Even if you have a relationship in your house, talk to your partner. Say, listen, man, you know what? Things may be okay, but I think it could be better. All right. Let us set some time for each other so we could build. All right. Because, who knows? Talk to your partner. Talk about the hurt. You see, people get in relationships and they don't talk about the hurt that they've been through. They make accusations. Oh, well, my ex-boyfriend, my ex-man did this and that. Those are accusations. Because you accuse the person, it doesn't mean that you're healing yourself. You feel me? Because a lot of times you make all the accusations and you never take responsibility for the part that you played in all that melee. You feel me? So it's okay to date yourself. Take yourself on a date, man. Get dressed. Why is it possible, or why is it important for you to get dressed, dab yourself up, and go on a date with somebody else, but you will not do the same for yourself? It's okay. Take a bath, pamper yourself. You know what I'm saying? Put on some fresh gear, get in your car, go, you make a reservation for one. Take yourself out. You know what I'm saying? Buy yourself some flowers. It's all right. It's okay to do that. Date yourself, love yourself. So now when anybody else come into the picture, what you expect from you, you'll see it from a distance from them, because it's all energy. You dig? It's all energy. And if you cannot identify the energy within yourself, how can you identify the energy coming from somebody else? You have a lot of um, wolves in sheep clothing coming with their representation. What you have to realize is everybody who deal with you or approach you, most of them, they're coming and they're bringing their representation. They're not bringing themselves. And you see, that's what differentiates certain people from certain people. You feel me? Because they don't come and present themselves. They bring their representation. And then you have to peel the layers of layers of layers of who they are to truly find who they are, opposed to coming and saying, hey, this is who I am. Because people were not taught to do that. Okay? They always come with the deception. And that's when you're dealing with your lower self. You feel me? So be real, man. But the realness comes from knowing yourself. And a lot of times I cannot blame people for being who they are, because they were not taught differently. You feel me? They were not taught differently. So I hope this video made sense. Like I said, I was here doing some reading, and this just came into my spirit to share with y'all, and I hope it makes sense. Okay. Somebody probably needed to hear this, and I hope it reaches their ear. You know what I mean? So it's okay. Like I said, it's okay to be alone. It's okay to love yourself. Being alone doesn't mean that you're lonely. That's all I'm just saying. Don't get the two confused. Although you could be both, but know how to differentiate. Okay, know the difference. Okay, because when you're lonely, all right, then you become miserable. All right, but you could be alone and be happy. You could be alone and be joyful. You dig? There's a difference. All right, and even if you're miserable, it doesn't mean that you have to bring other people into your company, because misery loves company. Learn discipline. And that's what mastering your disciples is all about. I've taught y'all this before. You feel me? We all have disciples. And that's what, again, I'm going back to the allegorical Jesus. That's how he had his disciples. Those people they were not real. Okay, your 12 disciples are just your 12 faculties. We all have 12 faculties within our mind. Okay, and you have to learn to master your disciples. And how do you master your disciples? It comes from discipline. And if you look at the word disciple and discipline, it is almost the same word. It is almost spelled the same way. Why? Because to master your disciples, you have to have discipline. And once you have that discipline, then you're able to master your disciples. And now you're going to teach your disciples. Once you master your disciples, that means that they were well taught. Okay. And now your disciples could become fishers of men. You're able to teach now. But too many people are teaching and they're not taught. You feel me? So once again, learn to master yourself. Learn to build yourself. Learn to love yourself. It's okay, man. I'm alone with myself literally at least 8 or 9, 10 hours or more out of the day. You feel me? If I'm not studying, I'm working out. If I'm not working out, I'm reading. If I'm not reading, I'm writing. If I'm not, I'm working on something. But I spend a lot of time with myself. You feel me? And it's been so many years since I've been celibate, man. It's such a beautiful feeling. Okay? It's a beautiful feeling because you need that time and you need that space because space is all that separates us. You feel me? But within your own realm of your own space, that's your world. That's your miniverse. And within your miniverse, you have to find bliss. You have to find joy. You have to find that solitude. You have to find it. And if you cannot find it, I behoove you to get involved with anybody else and bring your chaotic and damaged self into people's situations just because you don't want to be alone. You dig? So stop being selfish. If you know you got situations, if you know you're damaged, if you know you got chaos, man, be disciplined enough to know that I'm not supposed to bring that into somebody's life. It is your responsibility. All right? So I hope you guys have a blissful continuation. And like I said, I'm here working on some major things. All right. When all is said and done and everything is in play, I will bring it to the masses. All right. But major things are being done, major things are being manifested. You feel me? So y'all have a good one. I love y'all. And just be good to each other, man. Let's stop being selfish. All right. Let's stop hating. Okay. Let's just continue to, even if you cannot deal with somebody, you don't like somebody, just let them be. You know what I'm saying? Just let them be. You don't have to wish them ill. You don't have to wish them bad. You don't have to do none of that. Just let them be. Sometimes you just got to let people go. Just let them do them. You feel me? Instead of wishing them bad. Why you want to do that? Because you're miserable. You feel me? So just let people be, man. If somebody's on your post and they're disrespecting, hey, that's what the delete button is for. You feel me? You don't have to work yourself up into a frenzy and pull yourself down to their level because guess what? Now they would have won. You feel me? They would have won. And you have to realize that. You feel me? Anytime somebody could take you and bring you into that animalistic realm, that means they're more powerful than you. I don't care how much you tell yourself you woke. You feel me? All right? Keep that in mind. A victory doesn't always mean you won the war. Okay? Let's always keep that in mind. All right? So it's not always about winning, but remember, it's always about ascending. That's what it's about. It's always about ascending, not winning. Because the truth of the matter is, nobody wins in this physical realm. Nobody wins. That's a fact. We'll talk soon. Take care.